Hello, I'm Sumi Das here with Kara Swisher from All Things Digital. Kara, thanks for being with us.
No problem.
Now, every year you handpick a selection of often quirky, always cool gadgets, along with Walt Mossberg and a celebrity geek.
Right.
And it's that time again,
Exactly.
so let's end the suspense. What made your cut for 2011?
Well, these are my selections. Everyone has different things. Reid Hoffman's going to be showing some stuff off, famous VC, a founder of LinkedIn. Walt picks a bunch of stuff, and we also have Greg Harper, who's very funny. He's the geek guy, and he goes all over Asia and gets the craziest stuff.
Right.
And he seems to have some crazy stuff this year. I started something really simple. This is a thing that you plug into your iPhone. There's so much stuff for the iPhone, but you plug it into your iPhone, and it's a phone. It's just a phone. And so I don't like wireless headsets. I don't like earphones. They cause that kind of thing, the brain cancer thing. They don't cause it, but people get worried. And I just like this because it's so retro. And there's been versions of this, but this is the nicest one I've seen. I found it on Gwyneth Paltrow's website called Goop, and it's really fantastic. It's a fantastic thing. This turns it off and on and answers it. And you just call like this, and you walk down the street with it. If this is in your pocket, it freaks older people out. Young people don't know what the hell it is. But
they just think you're strange,
yes,
right?
they just think you're strange. But it's really great, and I enjoy it. And it's
Does it sound okay?
Sounds fantastic.
Sound quality's
Sounds great.
good.
Actually, that's why a lot of these have been very cheap. And so
Great gift for parents or grandparents.
Yeah, it's cool. It's got a cool cover and stuff like that. Yes, absolutely. And
kind of rubbery, huh?
It does freak people out. I've done it several times. This next thing is, I like to show up things that aren't created yet, but they're in these programs, and a lot of consumer electronics are now being designed in a different way than they used to be. They're not big companies. And so this is a Kickstarter, a thing called Touchfire. It's very hard to type on the iPad. And so one of the things, because of the tactile issues, this is something that sits there on a magnet. These are magnetized, these covers, and which is why they're so fantastic. And so this magnetizes onto the covers, and it's just a piece of silicone with 4 magnets on it. If you want to use it, you pull it down, just like regular, or putting it up like this. And then you can go right through it and turn things off, but it's got 4 magnets sitting here. And when you want to start an email, you start your email, and then you type.
So it's overlaid.
It's overlaid. And what's interesting about it, what's interesting about it is that there's it's very simple. It's 4 little bumps, and it gives you a tactile sense.
There are no electronics in it, really.
None at all. It's a piece of silicone with magnets on it, but it's very innovative because it's very inexpensive. It goes away very easily. If you don't want to use it, you just pull it down. It's very hard to break, and so you get a very tactile thing. And this group has gotten about $150,000 from Kickstarter, which is crowdsourcing innovation, essentially.
Which means that people will be able to buy them?
I want you to make this,
But does that mean that the product will be made and manufactured?
It's been funded, $150,000.
Excellent.
So really great way to fund things that you need, sometimes you have things, I wish I had this is one of these things. I think it's great. Small group in Seattle.
Next, you have an able-bodied assistant.
This is Louis Swisher. Louis is a big
Hello, Louis.
a big techie, and so one of the things that I do is I work late at night, and I try not to bother people. So I borrowed. This is his thing. It's a bat, and a lot of people have these kind of things, but I happen to like that. It's
do you want to turn the lights off so we can see the bat better for a second, and then you can turn it back on?
There we go. That's okay.
There we go.
So there it is. So it's got eyes, and you can use it. And these things sometimes reflect back on the screens, and so pull out the rats. So bats and rats. These are something that were in China. A friend of mine got them for me.
Finger rats.
They're finger rats, and you turn them on. They got a little laser, that stuff that you use, and then you can type. Put it down like you're going to type, and they really do provide a lot of nice light.
Right.
Like there, see, you can see it. And when it's in the dark, if the light was off right now, you'll be able to work with it. And so it also freaks people out, and it's kind of creepy at night when you're in the dark.
I'm sensing a theme here. You like to freak people out with your gadgets.
I freak myself out with those because I'll buy myself most of the time. But sometimes just pulling them out just bothers people. So I guess if you had the phone and that, you'd really bother them. This is another somewhat useless gadget, but really, really cool. And it's called the Sphero Ball. And someone off screen is using it. It's an iPad app, and it manipulates this ball, which does not have a rat in it, but it looks like it. It does look like a creepy rat in it. And so it's just for playing, and it's great for cats, dogs, children. Chase it around. Another freaking people out if you just all of a sudden were walking down the street and it was following you. And so what's interesting is a lot of these things that are manipulated by cell phones and objects manipulated. And you're going to see a ton of that stuff. And this is one of the first iterations of it. But there's going to be all kinds of robots and things like that you control.
I have a friend who's a robotics professor in Berlin, and he actually is crazy about this.
Yeah, it's really fun. There's been colorful balls before and stuff like that. And there's been Move, but you usually turn them on and they do things by themselves. Or you have a remote control that always breaks.
Right.
This does not. This is from your iPhone. And that's what's kind of cool about it. And so a lot of smartphones will be manipulating things in a more serious zone.
Purely recreational.
For now, but you could see your iPhone, manipulating your house, your temperature. Sure. Obviously, Nest is something probably someone's going to be showing tonight. So you can use it to manipulate a lot of things in life, in real objects. So the digital, physical connection is really going to be a big deal.
Kara, your roundups never disappoint. Thanks again.
Thanks a lot.
From Churchill Club's annual Gadgets program, I'm Sumi Das.